Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the Go Home Show 2 Survivor Series, which for us is Survivor Series, kind of like Go Home Show because that's our go home to our Royal Rumble special. So it's getting intense. Season 2 getting closer to ending. Now I've got two gentlemen here ready to end it all, but just in Season 2. Hi, Cheek.
Hello, CodyVerse.
Hi, Canada.
Yes, sir. We're back, baby.
And today, confirmed it for the gentleman as we got into Discord. Cheek, you are leading off.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah. I'll be the TJ Friedel of this show. All right, so opposing brand. So not going to go too crazy, but Sol Rico will probably be in a match anyway, so we'll see how we go and get that organically. Jey Uso needs a solo match to prove a point. Okay. And then we're gonna. All right.
I guess.
I know. Let's just take a looky here. So, just for the record, I only have 25 grand
Yeah, it's
right
a very
now.
expensive set of emails to end last episode.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
So if you've missed last
You got
one,
Shawn Michaels.
Cheek
I
had,
do have Sean. Sean.
Sean came in and then we had negotiations with, I think it was Warrior, Batista, and someone else. Triton, maybe? I forget.
How can we not? How can you forget Triton?
Triton's big ass.
Big, voluptuous.
A little bit. A little voluptuous. Okay. I'm tempted to have Triton fight Jimmy here. Jay, excuse me. Jay wants to prove a point, but
Like this.
I know. Give you something to point. But
Not much to point.
a little point.
Oh, and he's good now. I thought he went bad and Jimmy was good, but
I'm going bad.
No, I mean, look at the picture of Jimmy. Obviously, Jimmy went bad.
True, yeah. I just called Triton Clayton, so this is gonna be a rough episode for me. I can already tell.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
Just like your show's about to be. Oh, ho, ho. Oh,
No.
I
Raw's
know
gonna
you
go.
ain't talking.
No, we're getting Kevin Owens back this episode. It's gonna go insane.
Kevin Browans.
Bro, don't give me storyline.
Spoilers. Yeah, jeez. That was the big reveal when he got back from Hollywood.
We need a big reveal. All right. There we go. I'm just gonna throw together that little hodgepodge.
A hodgepodge of.
Triton
Who's
could
who?
randomly be world champ tonight, by the way. It's a lot on
It's
the
not
line.
random.
He's
He's
putting in a
earned
lot
it.
of work. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
He's ring XP. He's.
Ring XP is his ring X me. Okay, so we do have Sarcophagus. She came over for freezies, which we needed.
Super spreader.
She's good stamina or decent stamina, but her popularity is rather dreadful. So
Corza's
let's
super
see.
spreader comment might be like top 5 comments on a CodyVerse video all time.
Oh god. Let's see. Okay, I'm thinking. Yes. I think we are just gonna get Keebs and Sarcophagus in a match. And then let's see here. What else can I cook up? I'm just in the lab right now. Not a lot of stamina, not a lot of stamina. Also not a lot of stamina. I think we're gonna push. No. We're not gonna push.
No push. Push.
Just for the sake of sakes. If she gets in a fight, I get my card, but also they just got the stamina I am craving right now, so I desperately need it. Rey Mysterio doesn't have any. I gotta go to the power cards, boys.
Oh,
Do we have?
I
No,
need it.
I do not have it. We do not have
Oh no.
Fizz.
the. Okay. Think, Cheek, think. All right. I got 2 more matches for this show. Let's do. I think we could probably skate away with Braun Breaker. Let's take him out real quick. Or take Ray out. And. Man, I don't want to tank a match, though, by having Jimmy go in there. It doesn't really fit. Let's throw Ilya against him. No, I want to throw Ilya. Man, I don't want the heal, but it might just have to be what it is.
It is what it is.
Or I got something cooking up. I still need one other match though, and that's gonna be. It's got to be Jimmy. And I think he's got to go. He's got to go against. No, I don't want that either. All right, here's what we're gonna do.
He just uninstalls the game on my computer.
Deletes the save. Hula Hank!
Oh shit.
Damn it.
So Hula Hank. We're gonna bring him in for a week. And then
Lay's accessories.
Hula Hank Hill is just about to get destroyed.
Poor guy.
Actually. No, he might not.
It's true,
He
he
might
could win.
destroy. Yeah, he could win.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna get him destroyed. And then
Like.
And then I just want to be sure Jimmy's. All right, so I need a face. I need another face, Jobber, just to protect. I need him to be a man.
Be a man.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh.
strong selection here.
Ringvald, just a little Ringvald in the mix.
Those dive.
It's Mr. Higglesby.
Higglesby.
Those dives against the side to a brand.
I mean,
That is true.
Just loaded. He's
One week.
expensive because he's popular.
Yeah, he is, but I think the $5,000 might be worth it just to salvage what I can of that abysmal card. So all right, so there we go. I think that was the best workaround just for a week.
Main event, Bobby Marquis.
All right, and then
Opening match, Bobby Marquis.
no,
Ow.
put him on the marquee.
Level 4 feud.
Level 4 feud. 76 and 52 pop. 79. Yeah, this is more juice. But I don't know. All right, hold on. This is gonna be.
Let us know right now in the live premiere who is winning the NXT title match if you're watching the premiere.
It's Triton. There's no way. I will
Tonight
buy
could
a
be the
fixed
night.
match. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I think just for some extra juice, we're gonna do that.
Do it.
Because this mid card is just brutal, but I'm trying to do the best I can with the cards I've dealt. And then, so we can give Ray a slight break, but just to keep things going, I'm still gonna use his ass to call out, try to advance that rivalry. The Usos.
Ooh. Oh.
So we can't do anything there because of that. So
Hell yeah, Braun Breaker fans
no.
excited to see him in action tonight.
hell yeah, dude. then we're just gonna have to deal with that.
The non-official dog of the CodyVerse.
Yes.
That's true.
Nala's the official dog.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to give Oro a break, but also still advance this rivalry. We got 2 slots left.
And $4,000.
I know.
4,000. Yeah, see, I told you this episode's gonna be rough.
We're gonna have Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, that's enough for 2 callouts.
Look at that, dude. We're squeaking. We're squeaking by. That's with 2 signings. And I think that's probably gonna do it. I mean, I guess I could. Is this really worth calling out for? I mean, I guess.
Oh,
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna pursue that right now. I just want. I want Bret Hart on this show some way. Training, just kidding. He's already perfect. Let's have him do. Let's see if he can do a little advertising.
Ooh.
Yes. All right. So I think after a bit of a slog there, sorry boys, had to calculate all my stamina. It is backing up on me in a hurry. So I think we did a pretty good job. It sucks I had to sign 2 jobbers, but I think to keep the face heel dynamics and try to salvage what I can of the card, I think that's best for my show. We get our commissioner goal. We cross off this random request from Jay, and we still managed to book a complete show while staying under budget, dude. So that's a pretty good one. So we're gonna go ahead, send it in, get me off of this and on to next week, where hopefully we have greener pastures.
Well, and this time of year too, as we approach our Rumble special again, if a superstar would not be able to be on show 21, they can't be in the Rumble. So getting an injury right now could cost you a Rumble entry as well.
We're just trying to limp to it. We got to make it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you one thing. Lil Vice is not getting 100K, so let's just read over him. He's really happy with his tag match that I don't remember who he tagged up with. We'll figure that out later, and then it'll be a good tag team. Yeah, we're not giving you 100K. You're not even that grumpy. Like, grow up. She's got a level 3 with Nikki Cross. Oh,
Nikki.
She's just out.
Gone.
She gonzos. All right. Well, we got
Sherry
some money
got
back.
100K from you once.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we didn't want to. Yeah. So schedule a run and we get a limited stock. That's kind of boring. I don't think I'll even do it because the run in kind of tanks a match quality a little bit. Yeah, we got Kevin Owens back next week, baby. Carrying Cross, ready to level up. He doesn't seem like much of a giant to me, so I think I'm going to give him a fighter bonus class if we want to swap over to that. Nikki, now looking good.
No, she isn't. She looks hellish.
Yeah, she does. Looking free of someone. We could either pair Fallon Henley up with Kalani Jordan, even though her stamina is kind of hurting, and we can go take a look at signing someone.
Ooh.
I'd want to at least. Lola Vice was level like 9. She was still in the silver. So I'm gonna go female. Hopefully we get like a level 10. She needs to be good. And let's look for specialists, because I think I just remembered my shakeup is specialists. Increase match quality. So let's see who we can find, and hopefully nobody.
They're all taken.
Yeah.
Let's look at down here.
They're all taken.
Seats taken.
Seats taken.
Okay. We got Bailey.
We get her for Bailey.
Yeah, we can get her for 5 weeks. Get us right under 100K. End of the season, 111.
Man.
Ooh, a nice clean 100K for 7 weeks. And then let's call a spade a spade. I really wouldn't have her in the plans for WrestleMania, so she could walk week 7 and save 11 grand there. So I think that's what I'm going to do to avoid a contract negotiation with Bailey. We're going to go ahead and sign her for 100K. and that's gonna get our, the match quality up. We got a specialist, level 15 ring experience. Can't really complain about that.
Let's go. Back-to-back brands make a signing. Does Cody also make
He has
one?
to now. It's the law.
Yeah, he has to.
They're coming back.
Yes.
Bailey making her debut. They can come in second. Yeah, they got the stamina together. They can go. They can run it. And the champs. Let's put them in. And there's the little dice or whatever the hell that. I don't know what that is. I always think it's a dice.
I
5
always
dice
picture
for some
it as
reason.
dice.
It is. Life's a
Oh,
gamble.
shake up. I get.
Shake the dice.
Okay. Just looking at what else we have. We're gonna end this next week. Finally, that feud is over. So we might as well put Obafemi and Sean Spears in a match. Although next week, that will kind of hurt Sean Spears. Well, we guess we can always injury rehab anybody at the pay-per-view. So I think we'll do this. We'll keep the title off for now. Does Sean? Oh, it's the Demon Finn Balor. That's who he teamed with. Okay, good tag team. Great. And he got his growth. Great. We're doing good here. Look at that.
Would you just look at it?
This, look at that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, look at this.
Would you look at that? Class. I want to look at my specialists. Here they all are. Oh, AJ Styles, you're hurting. You're hurting, my guy. Yeah, I think R-Truth carrying Cross definitely needs to be a thing. Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, they might be able to sit a week. I'm going to go ahead and just really go ahead and, not role change, call out, book both of these back to back to hopefully get it to level 3. And if not, we got next week as well, because these two are at the pay-per-view. They're going to be, well, at least Scott Hall is. Scott Hall is at the pay-per-view, and spoiler alert, Farouk will probably also be there.
Ooh.
I mean, I got to end that feud somehow.
I don't give a Farouk.
I don't give a Farouk, dude. We need a new pump for the team. Oh, we still didn't pop that? That's never popped? Come on. That's popping right now, or else I'm a Canadian moose. That's what I'll be if this doesn't pop.
You're not already?
I'm not a moose,
Oh.
but I will be. A moose's uncle. I think we'll also try to expand this rivalry, but only one way. And then 81 Stams. It's gonna be Brooks Jensen. It's gonna be. I think we'll do a makeshift handicap match here.
Respect
Boom.
it.
Yeah.
Hollywood
we'll
Owens
put-
ain't there to save him, you know?
I know. He needs his buddy back, dude.
Baylani Jordan.
I don't know if with the title match, if I throw the title onto this, it'll definitely be more. Title match versus level 3 feud. I mean, like, if I'm gonna put a tables match, I might as well just go ahead and throw the title on and ensure it instead. But I think I'll leave it 52 stamina or popularity, 52, 60, 61 for Alexa Bliss. Ugh. You know what? What we'll do is we'll throw tables onto this and hope it ranks better. Okay, I feel better about that. And then last, and technically not least, it's gonna be Becky Lynch cutting a self promo. Let's look at some power cards. I kind of do like having a fixed match in the back of my pocket, but 16,000. Yeah, I can get away with that if I want it. No, we're saving that. I think I was trying to figure out when to pull the trigger on these cards, but I think it'll benefit me more. It'll behoove me to start a season ahead in cash.
No, it won't.
And if you want to start the fall season ahead in cash, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel because good luck will be coming your way.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. When I want to get schooled, I would have gave this to Lola Vice too, but she ruined everything. I'm just going to hold on to it for now. Got a lot of things on the go here. We got a lot of feuds already at level 4, so I'm not going to boiling point. And I think I will buy our fixed match. We're not doing this limited stock. Don't matter. And if I take a look, Extreme Rules, I think that'll help it rank, even though they're, well, Roman Reigns has has the popularity to carry. So I'm gonna rock with it. I'm gonna rock right now. I'm gonna rock right now.
I was thinking lean with it, rock with it.
I don't remember they doing that.
I don't remember if this tells me who it hits or if I just randomly find out. I just randomly find out.
It's probably Shaq.
So probably was Shaq. So we've got 119K here. We're gonna start with something nice. Tommaso Ciampa, the unthankful. Of course, the evil bald eagle now.
Great work with you, boss.
But it's his fault that he can't beat Randus. He can't do it. Tatum Paxley wants 2 weeks off, and that is fine because we just kind of randomly got her into a feud. So we'll get her all the way up because she'll probably be one of my 10 Raw Raw. It's because I want to be Raw, so I win the Rumble because Candy always wins the Rumble.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Yeah, that's on me. But she'll probably be one of the WCW reps at the Rumble, so don't want to get her injured. All right, so Shaq expired at the end of the week. 5 weeks for 80K. We're gonna try to lowball. He's smiling with teeth. I don't think I've had a successful lowball in 2020 or 2K25. So let's see if that changes here. Nice.
Oh,
That's kind of cool. Didn't know what that felt like, and it feels warm and fuzzy. But Shaq is upset. So we've got Tony and Mankind coming up on the contract side of things. Backstage Brawl. So Get School 3 is really good, but Backstage Brawl is really expensive. I can't even afford it if I wanted to because they're, what, 90K? So, oh, yeah, they're not as expensive this year, but still expensive, 72K. We can't afford it. So that will not be happening. As always, top of the episode, I like to refresh. I will not be doing either of these, so no new season challenge will be completed for me. Power card wise, rehabs, we've got 2 of those already. Stark matchup for an Iron Man, we already got that, so don't need to buy a second one, so no power card purchases here. So let's go ahead and take a gander, figure out what I want to do, try to get think about the go home show as well as the PLE here. And one of the things I thought I might want to do for the PLE or the go home show, excuse me, was because I think at the PLE I want to do Guns versus the NWO. Which would allow me to do Chris Sabin versus Nathan Frazier and insert person in a triple threat, or I can turn Frazier heel for one show and then just turn him back. But I was thinking about doing a 4-way where we've got Tony and Kofi in their feud with the world title, but we also get, Woods and Mankind in there. A little drama, would Woods help Kofi get the championship, or would Woods want to take it for himself since he's never been a world champ? So I think we're gonna have Mankind's tuckered out, so we're gonna go with an attempted double down here. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, that's okay too. It just means the feud would go beyond this PLE, and I like to have my world champion not in a feud going into the Rumble, even though I don't win them. I'm the only one of us that's never won a Rumble, but eventually it's got to happen, so I always got to go in prepared for that. I think Randy and Ciampa is probably a feud I want to carry into the home stretch too. Same thing, if one of them was in the Rumble and won it, obviously I would need to clear that feud if I want to get the Wheel of Draft Destiny, which of course, why would you not want that? So let's go ahead and we're going to turn Nathan Frazier naughty. Big Show style. It's just going to be for a week. And then we don't need to do anything with NWO versus Guns here because we can do promo with that next week. So I think we're going to have the Guns in a tag match, just kind of against somebody. Insert team. We're going to figure out who once I get the Guns on the card. Not going to be them. All right, so we need Naughty Boys. So the Baldies are both pretty tired. There really actually aren't many options here. We're going to do like a weird little thing here. So we're going to have Woods team with 6. We're going to just say, you know, Kevin Nash isn't here. Woods is coming out, you know, New Day and New World Order uniting for a night because screw the Guns. That's their opinion. We've yet to get the Julia feud popped that we were trying to get with her and Io Sky. So I think I'm going to, similar to the mindset I had with the men's world title, if I have one of my ladies win the title or win the Rumble, having the women's title clear would be better. So I think we're going to go with our women's tag. Nope. I lied. I'm a liar. Liar, liar, plans for hire. So we're going to go tag team call out. And let's go. Yeah, no, let's go this way. That was perfectly fine how I did that. Hope to get that level 4. They'll have their blow off match on the go home show. So I am kind of stumbling around here. So we're going to go to Mina, potentially. Might have to just bury a match here. Or, you know, I become the 3rd GM to sign somebody.
Please.
Okay, so we might just have to go Julia and Io again. If feud pops, but we're going to have to pick someone up or use a physio to fill this thing out. Because I really don't want to go Randy and Ciampa again. We could go like this. A little extra stamina there. If I go Randussy against let's go Ciampa versus, yeah, there's literally no options here. I gotta think about this. So we've got Asuka in this match. I could just get rid of this call out and just accept that this is level 3 going into the go home and trust that they can still get me a 5-star. And doing that could open up Jade, not versus Kyrie though. We could go Jade and Tamina just for the face heel. Then that opens this up to be, you know what, we're gonna have Shaq call out Axiom. He doesn't like that he isn't talking much. That bothers Shaq. Then we could go Io versus Bianca to go face, or no, that works because we turned her heel. So we go Io and Bianca, just get a face heel there. Then that leaves me with needing to pick up a face to fight Ciampa if I want to be injury free here, which I do. So do we get, there we go. Do I want, who did I say for against Ciampa? So we're going to go Paragon J. Pierce coming in for the night. Opportunity to do something big here. Boom. Now I got to figure out this. This is very rough because we have no feuds tonight. So this is going to be a very bad show for me. But we're going to bank on a strong go-home show. So this actually is probably our main. And who do I trust the most? I don't want to put a step on the. Bianca's possibly going to get injured next week. We can afford a stip here, so this is going to be. going to go Extreme Rules there. This is main. And then I'm not going to use a physio. Okay, so we've got 2 physios, so I'll be able to use one next week. I can use one later if I need it. I don't think I want to use one tonight to put something else on. I think we're going to kind of sack this show, hope to set up a strong go-home show, and we know we'll have a strong showing at Survivor Series for our match. So that's what we're going to send in. But you boys might take a good cut in the lead this week. Boom.
Not me.
I plan on it. All right. And the best way to take a cut into that big lead that Cody has is by putting 2 of my biggest female superstars out here in the opener title match. Trish Stratus, Sol Ruca, going out there again, trotting out their level 4 feud once again. Let's see if Sol Ruca can overcome the legendary Trish Stratus. No. Trish dominates yet again. Good start to the show. Sol Ruca gets me my Triple H challenge, and we thrive. So here we go. On to the next. Just what we need. Rey Mysterio calls out Braun Breaker, who's fighting against Hula Hank later tonight. The rivalry grows to level 3, and then Sarcophagus said, "Your brand is so damn fun. Your brand is so awesome. I will come and wrestle for you for free."
Photo free?
And I said, shit. So we signed on the dotted line. And just as a little treat, she gets to go against one of the best we have on the brand, Stacy Keibler. We're going to feed her to the wolves and see how well Sarcophagus wants to be on that brand after getting a couple bruises from legs herself. And hey, little feud, little spat, little scuttle starts. Rivalry level 1 for the big cough. Nah, I'm not gonna push any further. That's the best I got. Big cough. All right. Ilya Dragunov is pretty clutch as well because we have another successful call out. Oro Mensa getting the week off as my whole roster is just absolutely drained. And as Cody said, we have the Royal Rumble coming down just a few weeks away, so I have to make sure I got 10 worthy bodies to try my best to win and reap all of the benefits that come with winning the Rumble. So I have to make sure we're good to go there. So I gave Oro a week off. Ilya Dragunov successfully calls him out. And now we have a couple level 3 rivalries with Braun Breaker, Rey Mysterio, now level 3. So things are heating up. And Bobby Marquis comes over, says I can cut hair, and damn it, I can help you cut into that lead Cody has. Let me get the scissors. Let's go. So he runs out, crowd's going crazy.
Ooh.
And Jimmy Uso, just big boot right to the face, knocks him out. 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
Bell barely even gets to ring, but you know what? And he died there on the floor.
Stop killing off characters.
No, dude, he was on the brand for 1 week. That was it, dude. This was his moment. He did spark a rivalry that'll go down forever with Jimmy Uso. But that's it, dude. He's gone, and he ain't coming back. But you know what? We'll always have the memories. And he got to spite WCW one last time by cutting into their lead. The greatest cut he's ever made. Damn. Sorry, I gotta wipe away a tear there. Ultimate Warrior has a successful call out himself, calls out Gunther, and gets ready for an inevitable showdown of epic proportions. But you will not get to see it anytime soon, as it's just a little baby rivalry. It's just a little level 2. We're just watering the plant right now, watching it grow from afar. But one day you will be unleashed to watch Ultimate Warrior go against Gunther. And then, and arguably the matchup we've all been waiting for tonight, Hula Hank comes in. He came in, he got a ride with Bobby Marquis, and said, "This looks fun. I'll go on that brand. Hell yeah, dude. NXT
Yeah,
2.0, let's go. But he had no idea Braun Breaker was going to be there, just pissed off because he's not in a rivalry. He's just kind of in this limbo. He doesn't know, like, he's had plenty of chances, he's squandered them, and now he's just titleless, he's rivalry-less. And we're just gonna feed him Hula Hank just to appease him and try to make him happy for a little while longer until we find a worthy adversary. So poor Hula Hank, get clapped, son. Braun Breaker just destroys him in a match that was anything but disappointing. I don't care what the ratings say, the game's glitched. Braun Breaker
What do you
sends
know?
Hula Hank. Yeah, for real. Hula Hank goes back into the free agent pool. Maybe WCW, that might be a talent that they'd be interested in. That seems pretty on brand.
Oh.
And look at this. Bret the Hitman Hart says, give me the mic. I'll go get us some damn money. He knows how strapped for cash we are. We just desperately need any handout we can. So in a dire situation, I would have loved to have rested him fully, but you know what? We need some cash to do some things with, so he gets us back the cost of all of our promos tonight, and then a little change on top of it at only a small cost of 1 popularity. So our legend comes through in a legendary way. Good promo for the Hitman. And then here it is. Jey Uso wanted a match to prove to Jimmy that he's the better wrestler. So we give him his chance, but we're going to feed him to some real wolves. Shawn Michaels holding a big belt in that photo because he has the big belt around his waist. Triton needs a big belt around his waist to hold up those pants. And Batista also eager to get another chance at gold. So here we go. Fatal 4-way. A tables match, mind you. Who comes out on top? Does Shawn Michaels defy all odds and keep the belt? Or... Oh, Shawn Michaels Batista rivalry. Interesting. That could be worth chewing on. So I'll have to think that over. Yeah. And nothing happened with Triton. Triton he's kind of in that Braun Breaker limbo. They're really good and should probably be getting some more love, but they just don't really have a rival yet. They don't have any title shots. So we'll see with those two what their future holds, but right now the future looks bright for Batista and Shawn Michaels. That could be a juicy one down the pipe. And then Uso just gets absolutely disaster calling for this match and coming up short. But what didn't come up short is the fact that we had a great show tonight, and we surely cut into WCW's lead. NXT 2.0 is hot.
What's scary for Triton is he's relying on community creations for a spot in the Rumble, and he wasn't able to be in the Season 1 Rumble, so someone on PC will have had to have made him.
I'm going to do it. I have to get in there. I got to make my boy.
I mean,
before it's too late.
You could get lucky. It was Dr. Punching Stone, I think I tried to find to see if he could be in the Rumble, and there was like a steampunk Dr. Punching Stone. So you might have to give Triton a new persona if somebody made like a rapper Triton or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like if somebody made something else, we can bend the rules and allow them to come, but you got to write that storyline in.
Oh gosh, I gotta get on the community creations and see if I can salvage my boy.
Maybe. But over to Raw, we got Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss coming out. Tag team champions are coming down the ring because they know they were supposed to put up their titles tonight against Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan. But of course, Lola Vice walked out, and so, Alexa Bliss in the ring making fun of her, being like, Nikki, do you think that Lola Vice, with her level 9 ring experience and 40 popularity, do you think she went to Hollywood too to make a movie? And Nikki Cross just looks over and goes, I don't know what she would sound like, but she looks dead. So she just kind of grumbles at Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss is like, exactly. I know what you mean. I can understand you clearly. And tonight, I guess we're just going to have to stay tag. And then, of course, Nick Aldis' music hits, and he comes out saying, yes, Lola Vice did walk out. No, she's not going to Hollywood. She's going to some indie brand, maybe even Armando, maybe even over to Armando's brand. I wouldn't advise it though, but we'll see what happens. But tonight you gotta face our new signing, Bailey, and Bailey comes out and says, "Me and Kalani don't need weeks of team practice. We'll take you down in a tables match tonight and take them titles."
Bang.
And they do just that. Of course, Kalani Jordan kind of takes the lead. She's been an absolute workhorse on this brand. Moonsaults Nikki through a table while Bailey's holding off Alexa Bliss. And they are your new tag champions. Maybe Lola Vice was the problem. And we do get a rivalry popping. Level, 3 stars. Oof, that Obafemi match. We'll see. 3 stars. Farouk comes out and he says he should be in line for the gold. That Scott Hall just got lucky last week. And he advises Nick Aldis to also put him in the match at Survivor Series, or he's going to probably show up anyways. So he's kind of strong-arming the GM here. We'll see how that works out for him. Last week, R-Truth shocked the world by beating Karrion Kross in a tables match, and by proclaiming he is 1/4 Canadian because his grandmother was Canadian. So tonight, he's got his healthcare card, of course, just from Ontario, but we'll see if it's enough. He's got his hockey stick, and he's riding a plastic moose. He says he's Canadian now, and Kross, he's not happy with that, but it doesn't matter because the self-proclaimed, what the hell, 3.5 stars? The self-proclaimed Canadian puts on a great match, absolutely putting Karrion Kross to shame, rolls him up, schoolboys him, just to absolute put the smear onto Karrion Kross. Just a little schoolboy. Scott Hall comes out and he says, "Hey, yo, Farouk, you think that you're tough? I fought tough on that Survivor Series, Chico. You can join the match. All I need is Nick Aldis to give me what I want in the match type, Chico. And you'll find out why they call me the bad guy." All right. So he's allowing Farouk into the match. Kevin Owens doesn't really have a say. I don't even know if Kevin Owens knows this match is happening, but he is our world champion. And he's now apparently has to fight Scott Hall and Farouk in Survivor Series. He doesn't know that yet. So, oh shit, we're just going right into this next match. And it's going to be Obafemi. Because Obafemi says, "You're nothing but a fan clown." And of course, we do get 3.5 stars. So maybe this should have opened the match. And he's showing Sean Spears why he runs this division. And after the match, Sean Spears, broken down, says, "You know what?" He climbs onto that second row like that. He's on the ground just trying to pull himself up, has a mic and says, "You can call me a clown, but the crowd is what matters to me. That's why they fire me up." And the crowd's just, they love Sean Spears now. He's a good guy. But Obafemi, he's done with theatrics. So we heard a quick woo, and then the fans shut up really quick because Candice LeRae calls out Fallon Henley, says, "Been whining on camera since we both got here. How about you earn some respect by actually beating me in a match?" Oh, wait a minute. You can't. And Fallon Henley, she's actually off tonight getting her hair done. So unfortunately, she's not going to respond. This, as I was thinking, is actually a tag match. It's supposed to be a tag match because Kevin Owens is supposed to be back this week, but he's just not. The movie was extended a little longer, and he's just wasn't able to come back on time. So Sami Zayn is forced to kind of go into a handicap match here against Brooks Jensen and Abyss. And we'll see, can he defy the odds himself? Absolutely not, because Abyss, he helps Brooks Jensen master that black hole slam on Sami Zayn. And then when Brooks tries to go pin him, he says, no, I want the pin. And Brooks says, okay. So Abyss pins him, and then they both start beating the shit out of Sami Zayn afterwards. Brooks rolls out, gets a chair. They're beating the crap out of him. And of course, Kevin Owens' music hits, baby. He's back. He chases Brooks Jensen out of the ring. Abyss turns around, eats a stunner. And Kevin Owens is officially back on Raw. I hope next week there's not an email saying what I just said and he actually has to stay an extra week or two. That'll actually really piss me off. But Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn helps him up. The tag champs are ready for next week for these two. Oh no. Becky, she's got the title. She says, I'm the champ again. I'm not losing this belt to Natty Alexa or any other gobshite that thinks they can topple the man. This is me belt, me division, and me legacy. And I'm fighting anyone who thinks otherwise. That's a quick little promo from Becky Lynch, baby.
I was like, why'd he say oh no? And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. And in the main event, we got Demon Finn Balor. We got Roman Reigns. Finn Balor is pissed off. He said, Roman Reigns, you're nothing but Kevin Owens' lapdog, a maple syrup bodyguard. And I'm taking you out tonight. I'm pouring the bottle of syrup out. Roman Reigns says, Kevin Owens trusted me for a reason. And when you disrespect the tribal chief, you disrespect the country of Canada. And he points his finger up. And this Extreme Rules match is underway. Oh, Demon Finn Balor, low blows our boy, because he just wasn't enough. Roman Reigns was putting the heat on. He got the spear in, he got the Superman punch, but you know what's really protective is his crown jewels, baby. And he got punched, and then of course he goes up, hits a coup de grace just to finish it off. He pins Roman Reigns. He stands up tall and proud because he does not like Canada. He's like Cheek. That's a 3.5 star match. Not a bad ending.
And then we head over to WCW and we see Sonya Deville walking into the arena, and she looks confident. She's feeling good. She's got a bunch of ideas for a great show. She's got her binder in her hand and she can't wait to see what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, some guy she doesn't recognize runs up to her and scares the other shit out of her when he goes, I'm Paragon J. Pierce. And she startles and she throws all her papers up in the air. And now she doesn't know what matches she was meant to book. She's putting all her papers. She's trying to figure out what the hell's going on, what feuds she has, how she can make it work, who has energy, who doesn't. And she can't figure it out. So she tells Paragon J. Pierce, you know what? You, whoever you are. And he goes, I'm Paragon J. Pierce. You go to the ring. You're fighting Tommaso Ciampa tonight. But then she starts to try to piece it together. And she says it's going to be the Motor City Machine Guns kicking off the show against the New Day Order. And a very confused Xavier Woods and Six shrug their shoulders, head to the ring, team up, and get a big-time victory. And, dude, I still have yet to figure out that freaking audio stuff that happened since last update. I was like, ooh, they're cheering, and then they were done cheering.
It's tough.
It throws me off every time. It makes it feel so awkward. There's no ambiance. We're the ambiance, though. And this match did better than I thought it would. So I don't know if Six and Woods have an unexpected random chemistry here. We did put Extreme Rules on this. But we get 4 stars in the opener. And as the match is going on, Kevin Nash, who we didn't think was going to be in the arena tonight, comes out, drops Alex Shelley with the jackknife powerbomb. Woods, Six get the win as they try to build momentum for their respective feuds. And then Tony D'Angelo, he comes out to the ring and he says, Kofi Kingston, he wants to talk about Tony D'Angelo. He wants to talk about me, that I don't deserve to be the champion, but I earned this championship belt. And then I came back and I got the damn thing again. So Kofi Kingston, you think you're a big man, huh? You think you can stand up to me, huh? Well, I'll see you next week. I ain't waiting until Survivor Series. I'll do whatever I gotta do to get rid of you, smug ass. And then Kofi, we'll have to see what he has to say later on. Camera cuts back to Sonya Deville's office and she says, Bianca Belair, you are in action next. And Bianca is all excited because she just started a new feud with Tatum Paxley. She's like, dude, hell yeah. And then Sonya says with Io Sky, which kind of works out because Io Sky has, started dressing up like Tatum Paxley after Tatum Paxley was dressed up as Io Sky. So it actually kind of weirdly works out. And in a 2.5 star match, Bianca Belair able to take down Tatum Paxley / Io Sky here tonight. And the feud has transitioned over to Io, which we don't hate. Could be some long-term potential there. Kofi Kingston makes his way out to the ring. And he says, you know what, Tony, you're so confident. You believe in yourself so much. What if the opportunity wasn't just mine? You earned that championship. You're a fighting champion. You're the representative of WCW. You think you're the image of CodyVerse. why don't you defend that championship next week against not only just me, but my boy Xavier Woods, if you're man enough. And the rivalry goes up to level 3. And then Tommaso Ciampa taking on Paragon Jay Pierce. And I thought, is the upset going to happen? It doesn't. Tommaso Ciampa has been struggling with Randy Orton, but he did not struggle in this match here tonight. A 1.5-star victory for the Bald Eagle of WCW as he tries to reset his sights on the Viper in the United States Championship. Then Nathan Frazier comes out to the ring, and he's all excited. He's happy to see the crowd. And then he's like, you know what? I want to do that again. And he runs out to the entrance and he goes, play my music. And all of a sudden he goes, well, it's Big Show. And he's like, what the hell? I'm not the Big Show. And he starts yelling at production. He's getting so pissed. And production's like, no, that's what we were told to do. I don't know. And it had to be Sony's papers getting mixed up. It had the audio cues all messed up. But Nathan Frazier goes nuts. And it's to such a degree that he is evil. And up next, Jade Cargill. She's thinking, well, I've been battling with Kairi Sane, and so that's surely what Sony's gonna have me do in my match tonight. But then all of a sudden, Tamina, even though it hasn't been her theme since 2015. That's the one I know. And Tamina God comes up short tonight, but it is another disappointing match because the fans are like, oh my God, why did she drop all her papers and do things that don't make sense? And then Shaq comes out the ring and says, you want to know what doesn't make sense to me? Why the hell can't Axiom talk? I get he's got a mask on, but just talk through it like this. And then he grabs an Axiom mask and he puts it on and he's like, I can still talk. I mean, it's kind of muffled, but I'm still talking. And Axiom comes out to the ring and throws his arms up like, what the hell's your problem? And all of a sudden the two start brawling all over. Security comes out and separates them, but it looks like things are pretty personal between Shaxium. And then in the main event, that's not going to be as good as the opener. Julia has been dealing with Io Sky. Asuka has just been locked into the tag feud, but this would be a huge statement as we get closer to Survivor Series. We get closer to the Royal Rumble. Asuka may be trying to put her name into the hat to be the WCW Women's Champion as well. Dual champion on the horizon. It's non-title tonight, and in this non-title match, the Asuka lock outdoes the Bianca, which is not to be confused with Bianca Belair. Bianca being the submission hold of Julia. Need to make a mental note of that for maybe a future storyline. But for tonight, Asuka gets done 2.5 stars. We mess up the curve because that Extreme Rules with a random tag team taking on the Guns did better than I thought it would. And then we go to ECW, which hopefully does worse than I think it will. But it's an opportunity, hopefully. He had a little stretch where he got kind of cooking again, but he'll hopefully just go right back to falling off in a hard way. And the opening contest, it's Angelo Dawkins. It's Dog Daddy taking on Eddie Thorpe. Extreme Rules. The rivalry continues. For some reason, Tyler Bate just runs out and he starts twirling his mustache to get attention. And he twirls it so hard that he accidentally pulls part of it off and just falls to the ground screaming in pain. And Dog Daddy gets confused, goes to check on him, and then Eddie Thorpe's able to roll him up. 3.5-star victory for Eddie Thorpe, but Tyler Bate and his mustache are out for 3 weeks.
Get hurt running into a match. That's tough.
And then A-Town Down Under says the only thing more embarrassing than getting hurt running down to get involved in a match is being these two chumps. And they put pictures up of Pretty Deadly on the board, and the crowd, they're like, dude, hell yeah, that is embarrassing, being Pretty Deadly. And so the rivalry goes up to level 3 because they probably didn't like that much. And speaking of things that people aren't liking, Trick Williams and Pat McAfee are not liking their time right now on ECW. They're very angry. They're very upset. They could be emailing one of us 3 gentlemen in the coming weeks. Words are hard, just like being on ECW is hard. But they're in a triple threat match tonight with Josh Briggs, who's going to come in and get the victory because he doesn't have anybody to feud with anymore. He broke Nathan Frazier for 8 weeks last episode. So he's just kind of hanging out, vibing out. He gets a 2.5-star victory. Good for him. Kit Wilson says the audio may be messed up in this game after a recent update. And if you think that's bullshit, you should cheer me on. And me, Ken, and Chick are like, dude, that is bullshit. So you know what? We're Kit Wilson fans. Kiana James, Nikita Lyons. I don't remember where this rivalry is, but damn it, it's progressing tonight. And Nikita Lyons, she's got the morale. She's using that happiness, that joy coursing through her veins to lock in a 3-star victory over Kiana. And then Charlotte Flair says audio issues, am I right? And then Michi and Ken are like, dude, hell yeah. Since the update, the weird audio things are happening. Like, that's bullshit. So we're also Charlotte Flair fans. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Then Molly Holly got her feud rolling with Jakara Jackson. Jakara thinking, she could get an upset over the legend, but not tonight. 3 stars, Molly Holly gets the victory. But speaking of legends, Lash Legend calls out Wendy Chu and was like, Wendy, if you liked Cody's segue, come out here. And Wendy didn't like my segue. So we go to the main event, the ECW Television Championship on the line. Alpha against pissed off Berto. Berto has been on a tough losing streak, but what a way to end that losing streak tonight and get the television championship. Nah, no thanks. Alpha hangs on to the title. This man has had a vice grip on the television championship. A 4-star victory tonight to close the show. So for our rundowns, WCW, we have a 4-star opener as the New Day Order take down the Motor City Machine Guns. 4 stars. 2.5 stars, Bianca Belair over Io Sky. They start a feud. Tommaso Ciampa, 1.5 stars over Paragon Jane Pierce. The same 1.5 stars for Jade Cargill over Tamina. And then the main event, 2.5 stars, Asuka taking down Julia. Call side of things, the double down does work. We got a level 3 on Kofi and Tony. And then a new feud begins between Shaquille O'Neal and Axiom on NXT 2.0. 4 stars for Trish Stratus hanging on to the Women's Championship over Sol Ruka in the opener. Second match of the night, Stacy Keibler, 2-star victory over Sarah Kofagus. They begin a new feud. Jimmy Uso takes down Bobby Marquis. 2 stars there. 1.5 stars for Braun Breaker, Handel and Hula Hank. And in the main event, new feud begins between Shawn Michaels and Batista. Batista taking the World Championship away in that 4-star match. Jey Uso, Triton also there, but came up short. Call side of things, Rey Mysterio calls out Braun Breaker for level 3. Ilya Dragunov does the same with Ora Mensa, and Warrior gets his feud with Gunther up to level 2. Raw kicks off with Belani Jordan taking down Alexa and Nikki in a 3-star opener to get the women's tag titles and begin a new feud. 3.5 stars, R-Truth able to take down Karrion Kross, their rivalry up to level 3. 3.5 stars as well for Obafemi taking down Sean Spears, their rivalry up to level 4. Abyss and Brooks Jensen win the handicap match. Abyss getting the pin on Sami Zayn after Kevin Owens is nowhere to be seen, but he clears house afterwards. Sami Zayn and Abyss rivalry level 3. And in the main event, 3.5 stars, Finn Balor takes down Roman Reigns in the Extreme Rules match. Call side of things, Farouk and Scott Hall successful double down there, so they're up to level 3. And then Candice LeRae calls out Fallon Henley for level 2. Finally, ECW, 3.5 stars, Eddie Thorpe over Angelo Dawkins in the Extreme Rules match. Tyler Bate injured for 3 weeks, walking out twirling his mustache. Josh Briggs crashes the McAfee Trick Williams feud and just gets the win. 2.5 stars. 3 stars for Nikita Lyons taking down Kiana James. 3 stars as well for Molly Holly getting the victory over Jakara Jackson, the rivalry up to level 3. And then the main event, the television title match, Alpha hangs on to the gold over Berto in a 4-star match. Tag team call out, A-Town Down Under calls out Pretty Deadly for level 3. And then the Lash Legend call out to Wendy Chu fails. For NXT 2.0, they're going to get a 116 rating score. They're going to get 8,000 fans. They're going to get $135,000. I mean, it was a really varied show, which added to the quality. So Dr. Messiah, Cheek, Estonia, keep it up, man.
Fuck him.
Over on Raw, it's a 115 rating score, 11,000 fans, $99,000. And Lola Vice on the way out says it's time to part ways with Raw. Take the next step in my career. Thank you to all my supporters. But Suplex Artist is actually just Canada's burner. No big loss, I guess.
Literally, that's me.
For WCW, we get a 110 rating score. We're only going to get 3,000 fans this week. We've got $67,000. And on top of the Extreme Rules, that we did get random chemistry there between Six and Woods. So the New Day order, pin in the pocket, pay attention to it. And Phenomenal Big Boot was one of the few people that enjoyed tonight's WCW. So thank you. For ECW, they're going to get a 111 rating score. They're going to get 6,000 fans and $70,000. And Bate just came out of nowhere and attacked Eddie Thorpe. Wow. Looked like it hurt. It hurt him. And yeah, Viking under. I mean, obviously the Tyler Bate injury, big talk in town there on the purple brand. But for this brand here, NXT 2.0, Cheek gets the scouted card. They cheered for it.
Bitch.
So that's cool. And there are the standings. So I am currently up top 72,000 fans. I did that backwards. I did that definitely backwards. Ahead of Cheek. Cheek is, like I said, the numbers are all split, and I have to like panic math on the spot. So like where my brain goes, I'm always curious, how people do math. So I go 127 minus 50. So I would go 100 minus 50 is 50. Plus 27 is going to be 77. Minus the 3 is 74. So Cheek is 74,000 fans ahead of Canada. Now, normally I don't talk through all that math. But that's what my brain does in the moment. But then we've got a nice and casual one at the bottom as ECW is, dude, I'm like all the way fretting out here. 39,000 fans ahead of Canada. It's a lot of talk. It's a lot of pressure being the host, man. But we're going to Saginaw, Michigan. Fuck Michigan.
No.
And we're getting all hit with this one. So we will have 3 randomly selected champions not be on our go-home shows. For me, that's going to be Julia, Kairi Sane, and Six. Six does not hurt me. The Kairi Sane one does hurt me. So we will prepare for that. Tamina wants to wipe the smug smile off Jade Cargill's face after the loss. Wants to fight her within 2 weeks. I think I'm just going to say no to this because if I don't do it this week, I'd have to do it with the PLE, which isn't going to happen. And she's smiling with teeth, so we're just going to say no. I'm not protecting Jade. I'm protecting you, Tamina.
Yes, you are.
You're not going to like this Six. Julia and Kyrie will have to miss the show. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, too. Kevin Nash.
Noticed. Oh, never mind. Maybe it's not.
You want a match in the next show. So we're going to have you... man, we might have to... I got to think about this, too, because I could pivot the women's tag to be my PLE match. And then I would just have to do Nathan Frazier and Chris Sabin like in a cage randomly. And then I could do... I think I am going to do that. So we're going to do NWO versus the Guns tonight. And we're going to do the women's tag at the PLE. So we will say yes to Kevin Nash here and do that match tonight. Most popular fighter for a health spa. Health spa would be nice. Who is our most popular fighter? Randy, which I doubt I do. But we'll see. So we're going to go ahead and start with that pivot. So we're going to get... if I can use brain power here. Oh no, I can't do that. Oh shit, because Six isn't available. Okay, well, Kevin Nash is going to be in a match, but we can't do that pivot that I was going to do. Okay, so now I got to think about how I want to approach this. Okay, so we're going to go... So we're just going to have Kevin Nash crash this match and just still end this feud. Then we might not do the 4-way here because I don't think I can spread out enough feuds otherwise. So unfortunately, the plan was to have this be a fatal 4-way for the world title, but I think we're going to make this just 1-on-1. That allows this match to happen. Then we go Randy and Tommaso champ for the U.S. title. And again, if someone gets injured this show, if we have the rehabs on Survivor Series to heal somebody, they're good. If they, for the Rumble, that is. if you would have to use cards on show 21 to heal them, they are not good for the Rumble. So if I get somebody hurt here, I would have to be able to heal them at Survivor Series and have them be good for show 21 for them to be eligible for the Rumble. So I do have a physio. I'll just have to pick who gets the physio and then risk the other one. And then for the final match here, I don't think Kairi Sane has... Or yeah, so she was the one missing on the women's side. I was going to say I don't think she has the same as she did, but she is the one out here. So I think we're going to go with the Shaxium feud there. So then call out side of things, I think we just go Jada Bianca call out here. And it still could, I don't know, it still could be the women's tag feud at the PLE because that would potentially be level 4. And this won't be because we're not going to be able to do a guns clock. So I'm going to finish this feud. Then let's have, I mean, we might as well just get this up to level 2. Then let's go Charity with Asuka. Then we're gonna go, I mean, we don't have great mic skill here, so the ones could risk losing Pop, so I think we're gonna go self promo Alex Shelley. Then we need to figure out what I didn't even looked at power cards. So we could grab a Gauntlet Master for the future, but we've got a good stack of match types here. So we've got Tables, Iron Man, Tornado Tag, which we don't have a tag match on this show, Hell in a Cell, 2 Hell in a Cells. So I'm thinking 1 Hell in a Cell match and then either a Tables or an Iron Man. So I'm just going to see if anybody has specialties for anything I said. So this could be Iron Man. That could be Tables. I could just do both of those because this wouldn't be worthy of the card yet. So I think we're going to go Tables, Iron Man. This is main. This is opener. So Tables. Where the hell did it go? Help. There we go. Iron Man. Then Physio on. So it would be either Tony or Ciampa at risk. I'm gonna go Ciampa because if Tony gets injured long term and loses the title, or if he doesn't lose the title, he's on a temporary contract. So as much as it would hurt me, I could let him walk if I can't get him healthy. For Ciampa, it'd be trickier, and I know the Randy feud is gonna be carrying into the final stretch, so we're gonna protect Ciampa. I mean, hopefully Tony just doesn't get hurt, but then do I want to do another? I can't do another. Well, I could do another Tables, but I risk like the Tables benefiting here instead of the opener. But I'm thinking False Count Anywhere would really gas Sabin and Nash. There's a chance they would be the ones. Moving on, Hell in a Cell, Ambulance. Might do a random ambulance in there. 2-week injury for the loser. I've got an injury rehab 1, which would mean they would be healthy for show 21. Let's do it. Ambulance here. And then I think we're good. Kevin Nash promised to take care of. Tatum Paxley, 2 weeks of rest. I didn't put her in the promo, so we're good on that. Contracts coming up for Mankind and Tony. They'll ask for their new deals top of the next episode. And then I don't think I want to buy Gauntlet Master.
So I think of this
So-
card.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go ahead and send it in.
Oh no, it's gonna be Kevin Owens or.
Ooh.
Okay. We can deal with that. That sucks, but that's okay. Okay. You like that, Sabotage? It was all me. Strategy, baby. Armando, Alejandro. Shut up, idiot. Okay, here we go. You've made yourself an enemy. Bring it on. All right. You're not going to like this, but Kalani Jordan, Obafemi, and Becky Lynch will have to miss the show this week. Sorry about that. Sorry. Thanks, Triple H. Kevin Owens is officially back. I thought I was going to hit him, but no, baby. He's back. The movie was getting some serious buzz during test screenings. Maple Justice in theaters this summer. Great to have you. Glad it all worked out for you. It's been hell over here. Great to have you back. We need you here. Let's get back to work, baby.
Hell yeah.
Sure thing. Raw is making waves. He's at the forefront through the ups and downs of his career. He's never been on this kind of roll. Oh no, he wants 50K, dude.
I feel like he's worthy of that.
$50K. I don't know if I have anything to boost his happiness up. And we can't have him coming for 100K. So fine, here's your bonus. Whatever. Archer's been putting in a lot of work. He's earned a shot at the men's title. You had your number one contenders match. You already cashed that in, and then you lost, and then you won it again. All right. He's looking forward to it. Let's go, baby. One backstage brawl match. What the hell?
Get a physio.
What kind of money you think I got around here? Yeah, no. Sorry, that's just no. Maybe. No. Did I have anything to make him happy? Not really. So I think, yeah, that was a good call. All right, finally, we come down to this. Wait, oh, a fatal four-way. I was like, wait a minute. Don't do this to me. Finally got our match. Brooks Jensen, Abyss versus the Abyssal Brothers versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Your Canadian stereotypes, or whatever they're called. So we put the tag title on the line. We got to get something going here. We only got 90K because we got held up. But maybe we just kind of do something like a TLC something. Maybe Brooks Jensen climbs up that ladder real quick. That's how we won a bunch of Intercontinental Champions back in season 1, a couple ladder matches. So maybe that'll play out well. Of course, Farouk still in the low stamps, so I think he's gonna get the week off this week. What I'm gonna do, got good stuff there. We'll come back. We'll come back to that. We got to book a show first before we get a little spicy. Wait, I thought they popped a feud. It said level 1.
No, they didn't get one.
What? All right, that's news to me. Call him out then. Do something with your life.
Do something.
Of course, Becky Lynch is out, so Natty's going to be all pissed off with that. We got to figure out a reason why they are not available tonight. And of course, with level 1, it's kind of useless putting her out there. She's going to just take the week off, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe she'll get into a match tonight. I guess we'll come back to promos because we got feuds to blow off. We got Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles. We're going to make this one right now last man standing match. We got yeah, Sean Spears can't end his thing. Roman Reigns is at 35 stamina. Carrying Cross and R-Truth are going to end their squabble tonight. And can I add anybody into this match? I'm going to add Sean Spears. And I'm going to give R-Truth what he wants. And it's going to be a number one contenders match, I guess. That's what we'll call it. Fallon Henley and Candice LeRae. They got something going on, but Candice LeRae is kind of grumpy. Or, sorry, Fallon Henley's kind of grumpy. So I'm wondering if I should either, with Candice LeRae being happy, should I run and do a little GM interference for Fallon, get her back up in the ranks, even though Candice LeRae will be a little pissed off. I think we're going to try that. Kind of the only thing. We would need to make this one a steel cage, but I think we can run this feud to the Mania Go Home show. If Fallon Henley sticks around, that is. And I think what we will do with Kalani Jordan being out tonight is a fatal four-way with the remaining women. Just for funsies. And that leaves Scott Hall calling out Farouk. We won't double down because we really need Farouk to be ready for the pay-per-view. And Roman Reigns. We might as well have him call out Demon Finn Balor because his stamina's, at 35, but at least he'll get enough back. He'll get 6. He'll be in 41. And then we're not going to... I don't plan to use him at the pay-per-view, that is. So he can get his damn stamps back. That way, he should be fine. And we're going to leave Farouk. I think this is okie dokie. We got a tag match. We got a fatal four-way. We got a one-on-one. We got a triple threat. We got all these. I think that's what I was trying to do. I haven't checked this out in a while. Let's see, yeah, self-promo. We could do 2 of those and get a random card. That's going to be decent. And then we're almost there, too. And we should get this. No, not that different match type is... Yeah, that's match rules. Okay, that's fine. Unless I change 2 of these. 1 a tables match. 1 a Extreme Rules match. And we'll get that card.
Boom.
I think we'll do that. We'll go to the moon. I think that's what it was.
Yes.
To the platoon.
Okay, and what else I'm going to do is... Okay, that'll be later. I'm gonna hit... Nope. I should have done that this week. I think we're just gonna chill. We all got so many cards, it's gonna get scary. Yeah, actually, I will give Farouk a little rest. Boom. He's real happy with teeth now. Woohoo!
Farouk is pleased.
Well, what I wanted to think about was like doing a network specialist this week. I think I will do that because I feel like we got a pretty good card going here. So I am going to pop a network specialist this week. Get 20% more fans. Got to make sure we got a banger going on right here then. Other than this match, but there's not much I can do about that with getting EC dubbed. So I think I'm going to be happy with that.
Solid piece.
It's a little scary, but I think the curve is there with the feuds for sure, and the popularity. Yeah, but the feud should be and the last man standing. Okay, I'm happy with that. And of course, Kevin Owens is back, baby.
Oh no!
Oh.
All right. No, my brand.
My brand.
All right. We're gonna weather the storm. There we go. Oh my god! Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I feel kind of left out. He didn't tell me about his strategy.
Well,
He doesn't want to.
I got
He knows
strategy.
I'm too far ahead to be bothered by his emails.
Wow.
All right. So Stacy Keebler's contract is up. She wants 5 weeks. Oh man. This is tough. She is not very pleased. She could walk if I try to lowball her. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna book her till the end of the season. Just lock her in. We're just gonna be done with this damn thing. So that drains me to the core. 19,000. You're not gonna like this. Okay, so Triple H says what we already know. Jimmy Uso. I know Uso had a chip on his shoulder and begged you for a match. He wouldn't shut up about my problems. But after losing that match, he hasn't said a single thing. Pure silence. Thank you. Jimmy Uso. Small increase to his morale. And then Gunther's tired of the same old moves. I'm going to change my fighting style. You can't tell me how to do my job. It's time to show these fans just how ripped I am. From now on, I'm fighting as a bruiser. Wow. So I could fire his ass for being a piece of shit and losing me one of my giants. Because now, what does that do with the feud with Ultimate Warrior? Yeah, they're both going to be bruisers. That wasn't part of my plans, but whatever. I made it with it. And it slightly increased his morale, so I guess that's something. Okay, if I schedule a run on one of my 3 blocked champions this week, I can get it to the moon card. So, gosh, and that would just absolutely tank the oh, this is going to be interesting. So, okay. Ultimate Warrior contract expires after this week, so we need to make enough money off the show to pay him. And then Shawn Michaels expiring coming soon. This is getting tough. I'm just going to be limping to the end of the season. Okay, here we... Oh, contract negotiation. Oh, I need it, but I can't afford it. We'll see if I can release somebody, though.
Ooh.
Oh, can I release the Cough Master? Cough-a-Guess. I get 12,500, so I would be able to purchase this card. And you know what? I think it's what she'd want. I think it's what she'd want. I think it's
so
just
excited
time
for her to email Canada and be like, I don't know if you've heard of me.
It's time to just cast her back out. Plenty of fish in the sea. And yeah, we're just done with her.
Toodles. It's
Thank
not
you
the end of
for
the
your
video. Don't
service.
click off.
Now we have a contract negotiation, which is going to be huge. It's going to be huge because Ultimate Warrior. I mean, even Batista's going to need resign, like Ray for a week. Like we got some. Yeah, it's gonna get hairy. So all right, run in of one of my champions. So Batista, Uncle Howdy. That's it. We gotta run in on Batista or Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy is not in a rivalry, so I'm going to put him on this card. He's gonna get ran in on. Ooh. Yeah, spoiler. Who's gonna get rowdy with Uncle Howdy? Oh my goodness. Okay. Think, Daddy. Let's just have Jimmy go up against him. Who would be good to run in on Howdy?
I mean, Triton could walk in on him, but he might get injured like Tyler Bate did.
I know, I was gonna say that would be too embarrassing. I can't do that. So let's do. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I went on a tangent last week about Braun Breaker being in limbo because he doesn't have a rivalry. I completely forgot he did have a rivalry with Rey Mysterio. Anyways, let's have Jay run in. That'll be saucy. But they got to run in on one of the champions, yeah?
Yeah.
So So there we go. Jo come to the defense of his brother, Jimmy. We're gonna have this on. We don't have much monies left.
Money.
I'm not gonna make it a stippy. We're just gonna see how that goes. So we got that checked out. We need the to the moon. Okay. Oh man, 1, 2, 4 more matches. What is this? Okay.
Extreme difficulty.
Extreme. I guess I gotta think about my PLE match.
Could be Trish and Soul. I think that was level 4.
Yeah, I think that's the home run. I think that'll be worth fighting for. While I
Could
get
see
these
the
other
first
ones.
Soul Snatcher
The Soul Snatcher.
during a spectate.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So that means we're gonna trot out Bronski and Ray Ray. I think it's time to debut the new Bruiser Gunther against Ultimate Warrior. Got 2 left. Let's get Ilya and Oro. And I guess we can plop the Hail Nia Jackson there. That's not too bad. It's face face. We don't have any heel women. We literally just have Trish as a heel woman. Okay, I think we gotta do it though. I think we're gonna do that. And then what else can we do? We're gonna have Batista. This is okay. Trying to think. I gotta think long term about this because we have the PLE coming up, and then we got Mania. I gotta shoot some feuds off. We're gonna do a tag team call out right here. But the crappy part is that's gonna get to level 4. I don't even think. Yeah, they're not even. There's no tag team affiliated with this. So we got some interesting things we're gonna be working through. Okay. Okay. Pardon me as I think out loud. And then we're gonna have Sol Ruka. I think she's just gonna self-promo. We need to get that popularity up to match her status. We're gonna have Stacy Keebler come out, and she is gonna do a little advertising for us. And last but not least, I guess Triton's got to come out. Only thing he's gonna be able to do is some advertising as well. So there's that. I think we're happy. I think this has got to be the main. That's got to be main. And I think that's a safe play. I wish I had more money to do stipulation to just kind of spice something up. But let me see here. I don't even know. So protects the plays you played on you next week. Ooh. Yeah, I know. I think
You gotta be real crafty with that one.
I know. I fell asleep at the wheel for that one.
I don't think it blocks to block ECW card, so
He would have had to have played it.
Yeah, like the week before.
Show
no, but I don't think it
17?
blocks. Yeah.
Oh, you mean because it's a brand card?
Yeah.
I'm gonna increase the cost of Cody's match types for the PLE.
Play. The play element.
Play. And then I'm gonna reduce. Hold on.
Oh.
Who's got? Can I switch brands? How am I doing this?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I want to know. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so Canada has
Nobody.
1, 2, 3.
Nobody.
Hold on, I'm counting. You got 4
Yeah,
contracts.
hold on.
Oh, yeah,
No, hold on. It goes down by 2 weeks. So if it
What do
hits
we-
either R-Truth or Scott Hall, it would just be wasting a week because they're not just going to disappear next week. I'm gonna get to sign them next week. You have to want to hit Roman.
But I know I'll put that squeeze on though.
Yeah, for sure.
Eddie, I think. Okay, and Artist the Great, which doesn't do much for me to shorten. I think that is it. I mean, Molly Holly. So Molly Holly and Eddie are the only 2 I'd shorten if I go against this trash brand. And then Cody, I think he only has
Mankind and Tony are 2.
Yeah.
And Shaq would be
Shaq-alicious.
5.
Shactivus. Okay.
The same stitch.
Okay.
Cody.
Okay. Let's. Gosh. Let's do. God, the bullets are about to start flying because everyone's just gonna be like, all right.
No,
you
the
piece of
viewers
shit."
right now are probably like, all right, here we go.
Here we go. Finally. Here we go.
Can I only play one of these? I have 3.
Yes, 1 per week
Okay.
of like a specific card.
Oh yeah, 1 per week. There it is.
Okay. Okay. Well, Canada, count your blessings, but you're not out of my targets.
Not out of the woods.
I have to keep chipping away at Cody. I have to keep. He's
Okay.
out in front of the race right now, so I need to keep throwing banana peels out and trying to hope he slips up on something. That's kind of where I'm at. I need something. Okay. Oh, here, Canada, you little piece of shit.
Yeah.
Shisha.
Good luck signing somebody
No,
next
my
week.
eyes.
And
Coming out like the Wild West here.
I know. I'm trying to.
Oh,
empty the
that's the
clip.
one you can do. You can do as many contract negos per week cards you want. The one that's unlimited. Chill out.
Ooh.
Chill
This-
out.
You guys, someone's gonna hate me come Mania but it lands on their jobber, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, I think we're good. I think it's just time to start really thinking about some of these cards I've stacked up, and using them to actually make some moves. So, I think that's all right, and. Oops, sorry. And that's all I got. That's all I can do. I think the curve is fine. Last thing, I just want to see if there's anyone I could potentially release. To try to get... Yeah, releasing isn't really going to do much for me. Actually, it is going to do something for me. Yeah. I'm going to cut into my women's stable. There's only a handful of weeks left in the season, so I'm going to cut ties. Hell. Oh, they're in a promo? Wait.
She's in a match, I think.
Oh, she's in a match.
Ooh. Saved by the match type.
My thinking was just to cut her. That way I can get some stipulations. Have enough for a couple stippies and spice up the show. But... maybe we'll just let it ride, and then next week I'll take the Weed Whacker to my roster. So, okay. I think that's good. I think we've stumbled through enough. We're going to go ahead and send it in.
All right, we start off ECW.
Giovanni Vinci.
And this Iron Man match is unlike any we've seen
with stamina.
before. Because they're going to put 60 minutes on the clock, but whoever is able to eat the most loser soup is the winner or
Yum, yum.
loser,
Grayson
I guess.
Waller.
And
Let's go,
Grayson
dude.
Waller. He's been so used to eating that loser soup from Giovanni Vinci that when it benefited him, when it behooved him, on the greatest night of his career. He out-soups Giovanni Vinci, closing their feud with a 3.5-star victory. And then Argus calls out Eddie Guerrero and is like, I just wanted to say something to you in case there was some bad timing that caused you not to be here that long. But Eddie had heard that wasn't going to happen, so he didn't really respond to Argus. And then Indy Hart, I forgot they had Disco Bell. She's been on the sidelines here.
Dude, it's such a disservice to everything we did for her.
That's crazy.
I know.
She was in a random promo, and tonight she is taking a 1-star loss.
Damn.
To a very pissed off Indy Hartwell, but we'll see. Maybe that'll help her morale. And then Angelo Dawkins
free Disco Bell
comes out to the ring. Charity promo here. He's trying to get fans to come together and give support to Tyler Bate and his mustache, which he accidentally partially ripped off last week, injuring himself for 3 weeks. And 3,000 people agree to join the cause. And then Eddie Guerrero, triple threat here against Josh Briggs, who's lost without a feud. Angel, who just kept losing matches, so he's also in club pissed. Can one of them shock Eddie here tonight and take his belt? Hell no. Hell no, but Eddie injures himself for 3 weeks, which runs him to the end of his contract.
Say, good thing I didn't use the card on that brand then. Would have been for naught. He's just going to let him go.
Yeah, that's wild. So, world champion gets injured this week. 3 stars on the match. Eddie hangs on, but we'll see if he gets the extension as he heals up. And then Charlotte, similar to last week, heard a promo and was like, yeah, I'm just going to copy that. And yeah, I'm going to get the exact same result. 3,000 fans to support Tyler Bate in his healing process. Good job, Charlotte. And then Trick Williams taking on Orizar here in singles action. Just randomly tossed on here. Could start. Maybe it starts a new feud. I think Trick and Pat were level 1. But Trick Williams gets a victory. Something he hasn't had many of. And it's 2 stars because the fans were shocked to see it. They didn't know what to do. And then Eddie Thorpe comes out to the ring and says, you know what? It's like that video where that kid looks at another kid. He's in like the computer lab and he's like, I don't care that you broke your elbow.
You know what? I'm about to say it. Say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
That's what he's saying about Tyler Bate ripping his mustache. And Angelo Dawkins gets pissed about it, man. So they start fighting. They start arguing. They start brawling. They're level 4 for whenever the hell in the future that feud ends. And then it's Berto versus Afa. Afa has had his number every step of the way. Tonight, the feud ends in a submission match. And I just have a hunch that I know how Afa is going to win this match because he digs right in to the very real scars on Berto's chest. And Berto just screaming for agony. And he's trying to get away. He tries to get into the crowd, but Afa follows him into the crowd, raking. And Berto shows a lot of fight. So much fight, in fact, this is a 5-star match, but in the end, he submits, and Afa stays television champion to close out ECW. And then it's WCW. And luckily, nobody startled Sonya Deville. She's got the proper match order. She's got rivalries going. She's got things kind of cooking tonight, and she believes that tonight could be a big night for the brand. And it kicks off. Randy Orton came in night 1, took the United States Championship away from longtime U.S. champion, the Bald Eagle of WCW, Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa wanted a rematch. He lost again, but Ciampa last week took down Paragon Jay Pierce, which, Rand Dusty probably didn't think was that great of a tune-up, but we'll see if it changes things here tonight. Tables action, and it does, because Randy goes for the RKO, but Ciampa kind of catches him and throws him over the top of the ring rope onto the floor through a table that's out there and gets the U.S. title back in a 5-star opener, and their rivalry goes up to level 3, so some good Mania potential there. Then Jade and Bianca come out to the ring. They thought that they were getting their shot at the tag team championships tonight, but they are going to have to wait because Kairi Sane was not in the building. So they talk their shit. They talk that trash. And they're hoping that they're the ones fighting at Survivor Series and not the NWO versus Guns, which I guess, let me know in the comments below if you want to see the women's tag title match or the men's tag title match. And if this video comes out before we record Survivor Series, I will base it on the comments. If I didn't base it off the comments, we obviously recorded before this video came out. Then we go to Xavier Woods and Mankind. And they thought coming into tonight they were going to be part of the world title match, but due to others not being able to be in the building, they're going to have to fight one-on-one. And Mankind, going into this match, says, Xavier, if you beat me tonight, I will not enter myself into the Royal Rumble. And that is motivation enough for Xavier Woods to lock in. He says, you know what? That's fine, because if I go through you tonight, that's just one less rival that I have to deal with come the Royal Rumble. So Xavier Woods gets 4.5-star victory. He will be in the Rumble. Mankind will not. Then Io Sky calls out Bianca Belair and says, you got lucky last week. I wanted to deal with Julia. I wanted to go after the women's championship, but clearly I've got an issue with you first. Their rivalry up to level 2. And then last week, Shaq talking trash about the fact that Axiom isn't talking. They started brawling, fighting all over. Security had to come out and deal with it. And they've been fighting all over. It's like Peter Griffin fighting the chicken. They've just been fighting all over the damn place. So Sony said, you know what? We're having a wee-woo match here tonight. It's Shaquille O'Neal and Axiom. Who is getting thrown into the back of the ambulance? It is Axiom getting tossed back there. Shaq
get injured.
Gets it done in a 4.5-star match and no injury. So that works out. I was just hoping, 2 weeks. I was like, I can heal them. I have the injury rehab to heal it, but now I don't got to worry about it. Shaq and Axiom, very likely Rumble participants. Then Asuka makes her way out to the ring, letting the fans know that if they support WCW, if they dial in, they're watching this, and they make sure to buy the pay-per-view, they're going to see an incredible match unless the fans decide otherwise or something weird happens and ends up not being their match, at which point, I guess just watch WCW at a later night and there'll probably be a steel cage or something. We'll have to see, but we're going to kick Jade and Bianca's ass. 3,000 people were like, hell yeah. And then Kevin Nash is back. He wanted a match, and Sonya was like, well, 6 isn't here. You can't have your tag title match tonight. And then he saw it. Chris Sabin versus Nathan Frazier. A couple high flyers. One of them, really both of them being guys that he's dealt with in the past. They had the feud with Fraxium. They've been feuding with the Guns. And Nash said, put me in this match. So Sonya agreed. And as the match began, it looked like Kevin Nash was doing whatever he wanted. But then Nathan Frazier, something was coming over him during the match. It was like maybe he wasn't evil after all. And he picked up a chair, and it looked like he was going to hit Sabin. And Sabin kind of ducked, but not really. And Frazier just clocked Kevin Nash with it, knocked him out, got confused, left the ring. And Chris Sabin shrugged his shoulders, got a 3.5-star victory, pinning Kevin Nash in the process. And then Alex Shelley said, maybe at the pay-per-view, you're going to see me and that guy right there, Chris Sabin, take down the NWO, or maybe not, because it could be the women's tag match. And then he got no new fans because the fans were like, well, which is it? And nobody knew. And then in the main event, Iron Man match, no soup to be had here, just some good old-fashioned wrestling. As Tony D'Angelo takes on Kofi Kingston for the WCW World Championship. And Tony does not have the physio protection, so he's going to ask for a contract next week. If he gets hurt and it's too long, it could all be over. And it's a draw of 5. Oh, my God!
He's hurt.
As the match was coming to a close, Tony dropped Kofi from the top rope. That little, package driver he does, or it's like, I don't even know what he calls it. He probably has an actual name for it, but it's like he hooks him up in the fisherman suplex, but then he does the twist with it. He does that to Kofi from the top rope, and he's trying to go for the pin, but his shoulder is giving out, and he's screaming out, and he tries to drape the injured shoulder over Kofi, but it takes too long. The clock hits 0. Kofi is out cold, but there was no winner. And then Tony, he couldn't get up. He's crying out for help, and nobody knows what to do as WCW goes off the air.
Damn. Over to Raw as I click on the screen, and we start off with Kevin Owens busting into Nick Aldis' office, and he says, okay, first of all, why is half the roster missing? Where is Becky Lynch? Where's Obafemi? Where's Kalani Jordan? Did I miss a mass firing, or did you sell them all to WCW for popcorn? Somebody tell me what's going on. Nick Aldis says, no, they're not fired, Kevin. ECW, they struck again. Armando's running his mouth, and his goons took out 3 of our stars tonight. And Kevin Owens goes, okay, great. Love that. So follow-up question, why is Scott Hall in the locker room, and why is Farouk drinking my Gatorade? Why are both of them getting world title shots for my title? I thought I left you in charge for 4 weeks, not 4 years. And Nick Aldis says, you left me no choice. You went to Hollywood, you filmed Maple Justice. I got to keep the show moving, and I panicked, and I booked Scott Hall and Farouk in a World Heavyweight Championship match at Survivor Series. Kevin Owens says, panicked? Nick, buddy, I leave for one movie, you turn Raw into Legends Night. What's next? Bret Hart's going to be my Uber driver? Am I supposed to fight the Mountie too? And then Sammy chimes in. He says, not wrong, Nick. It's a lot. And I've been here the whole time, and I'm even confused. And Nick Aldis says, no, that's bullshit. You abandoned Raw. You left it. So tonight you're defending those tag titles against the Abyssal Brothers. And at Survivor Series, you're putting your world title on the line against Scott Hall and Farouk. That's just the reality of it, Kevin. Hollywood or not, you're the champion. Go prove you deserve to be. Kevin Owens not happy with that result. But I mean, it is what it is. He is the champion. I mean, Nick Aldis has a point. But AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre, this feud has been kind of going on for a little while because AJ has cost Drew's title momentum, and of course kind of it's been mutual. They both have equal wins over each other. None of them has been dominant enough to get back into a title scene, so tonight it's last man standing. They're gonna put it all out on the line, and see exactly who's coming up top. And of course, AJ Styles in a 4-star match, just because last 2 weeks ago he did the Styles Clash off Brett's rope, the second rope. This week it's a Styles Clash off the ringside, through a table. And of course, yeah, Drew McIntyre, he's not going to get up from a 10 count on that. Then after the match clears, both men leave, the Jumbotron flickers on, and Demon Finn Balor's hissing at the screen. He says, Roman Reigns dares to defend these maple fucking Canadians. He says, we're in Saginaw, Michigan, and it's close enough. And tonight, you're not the big dog. You're Kevin Owens' mutt. Of course. Calling him a mutt, that's pretty wild.
A slut.
Yeah, he is a slut. We got a tables match, number 1 contenders match, because R-Truth demanded a number 1 contenders match. He actually demanded a shot at the title, so we're going to let him try to earn this one. And of course, Karrion Kross, he's been on a tear to kind of show he's been worthy of at least some kind of gold on this roster. And Shawn Spears, of course, former champion himself in this triple threat tables match. And it is going to be Karrion Kross, because R-Truth kind of came over and tried to do the same thing he did a couple weeks ago and pushed Karrion Kross through the ropes, but he was ready, slaps on a cross jacket. And of course, R-Truth went to sleep. And it was just Shawn Spears and Karrion Kross. And, Shawn Spears wasn't ready for Karrion Kross's ability to put him through a table, but it happens, baby. Scott Hall comes out and he says, hey, yo, Farouk, you hiding in a spa this week while I'm standing here ready to fight you tonight. So next week at Survivor Series, Chico, I'm going to take the world title and leave you broken. And that's going to be a level 4 feud. We're ready for Survivor Series, baby. Singles match, Candice LeRae versus Fallon Henley. And of course, Nick Aldis at Fallon Henley's side, because she missed last week's show due to a hair appointment that ran long. And she said she's feeling all sort of out of whack, didn't get to train this week. It's been a crazy week, and she's just clearly upset. Well, she's got a grumpy face there. So I said, okay, we'll be in your corner tonight. That's what we can do for you. And we'll see if that helps. And it does. And because the GM's chance for her to get back into the groove, the swing of things, get a win under her belt was enough for Fallon Henley to overcome Candice LeRae. And this was our normal match. So it was just a 1 fall. And it is what it is. Roman Reigns says, Finn Balor, you've been crying about Canada for months, so shut the hell up before I punch your jaw off your face. And that's gonna, it's gonna continue. We got to keep Roman Reigns around here enough for this feud to culminate. Match 4, baby. Bayley versus Talia versus Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross. And just a fun match. This is for nothing. This is just because, we're like, okay, the ECW attacked and took out, 2 of our female stars. Let's show them we can be extreme too. That's the storyline there, of course. And Natalya, I mean, she is, of course, in line for her world championship again. She's going to ball out. She's going to show out. And she's going to show why she's deserving to be in that match against Becky Lynch for the world title coming up in the next 5 weeks. Possibly if a woman wins the Royal Rumble, it might have to be our Natalya might be in it. And if she wins, shit, this might be our Mania match, baby. But in the main event, we got the Abyssal Brothers versus Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I was doing pretty good until that part. But anyways, Kevin Owens is back. He's fucking confused. And tonight, I don't know if he remembers how to wrestle. We'll see if Hollywood Owens knows what the hell he's doing. And he does. Because, ooh, yeah, we got a lot of legendary match here. Of course, Kevin Owens, he kind of stunners Brooks Jensen off a ladder. And that kind of puts out both of them. Sami Zayn hits a hell of a kick on Abyss. And they both climb the ladder together and both take down their World Tag Team Champions as Canadian stereotype, as brothers. They love it.
Speaking of things you love, Gunther, Ultimate Warrior, and a battle of the bruisers. Because Gunther randomly wanted to be one. He's so enamored by Ultimate Warrior that he just wants to be just like him when he grows up. So the brand loses a giant, but gains another bruiser. But we'll see if this bruiser is cruising for a bruising. Here we go. Roll the tape. Okay, Gunther is undefeated as a bruiser. The rivalry grows to level 3, and the goal here, get this to Mania, and hopefully one of them can somehow get a title on their waist before that big main event. So good job, good start out there. 3.5 stars to start the show, and then we finally have a full level 4 tag feud as Batista calls out the Usos. And same thing, we need to get some gold into this rivalry as well. So we're gonna have to do some thinking here down the home stretch to see what we can do. If we can have a really cool, this would be a cool one to watch at Mania if we could swing it. And hopefully no one blocks me from doing this and plays any cards on me. Please be gentle with me down the home stretch. And then the Usos already got called out once tonight in regards to tag team action. Uncle Howdy putting his title on the line against Uso, who are also not very good at stealing the tag titles from the Wyatt Six. So Uncle Howdy, in a way, mocking him. I'll give you a chance at the singles title, but not the tag team title. And united we stand, as Jey Uso is still gonna come to his aid, but it's still not enough. A great second match for us here on the brand, and yet again we have another Uso Howdy rivalry. This time though, Jimmy Uso starts it, gets it going hot there. Jey Uso, not enough help. Good match for Uncle Howdy. Oh my god. So Sol Ruka, we tried to put her out here, get her some pop, because I mean she's in all these high leverage matches, she's fighting our best opponents. Her ring XP is now through the roof. Only thing that's missing is to juice up some popularity. And one of her other Achilles heels is she is very weak on the mic. She is more of the style of letting her actions do the speaking for her, and this is a good example why. She actually loses freaking popularity cutting this promo. I mean, Lord knows what she even said to this. She probably would have been better off just going out there and just pulling an Axiom and saying nothing. So Ruka loses popularity. This is a tough kick to the pills to start out the show. And then advancing now a little further into the mid card. We're in the middle of the mid card, the middest of mids. Ilya Dragunov, Oro Mensa. A good old fashioned mid off. Here we go.
Dragons?
No, you like dragons? And Oro says, because he can't speak as Ilya's dragging them over his face and gets the win. The rivalry is complete. 3 stars. Good show right there to the middle. And then Stacy Keebler says, poor Soruka, she just doesn't know how to work the mic. And she goes, I'll show you how to work the mic. And then just immediately money starts flying in, $12,500. Only a minimal loss of 2 popularity. That's why we keep Stacy Keebler around. And that's why we spent all that money this week on her. We spent our whole bankroll on her this week to keep her through the end of the season. And then Nia Jax, the Hale loser. The loser gets cut from the show immediately. Who wants their job? Is Nia or Thea Hale? Thea Hale was going to get cut, but she was in this match, and I decided to keep it. I let her stay around. Now, how does she thank me? Does she thank me by giving me a crappy match? Oh, she wins. She took her job.
They took our job! Yeah!
It's still disappointing, but she won the match and sends Nia Jax to the unemployment line. Incredible. As the rivalry grows, so does the lore of Thea Hale. Nia Jax, see you later, freak. And Triton, oh!
Damn.
I was gonna go into like a cool I do declare bit, but then he also lost 9 popularity.
He didn't declare.
No, he declared, I do declare that I need to improve my skills on the mic. I wish you could do, you could do mic training. That's what we need. We need mic training. He's done tons of Ring XP training and it's paid off very well, but this is one area where if your wrestlers just don't have the skill, they just don't got it, man. And it would be nice to get his promo skill up. That way, it buys you some stamina plays if you can get him in the promo slots. So anyways, Triton swings and misses here. I mean, the 10 grand is nice, but I feel like the 9 popularity is a brutal blow. So Triton, swing and a miss for our king. But what isn't going to be a swing and a miss is this banger of a main event. Braun Breaker, Rey Mysterio finally getting their rivalry back on the line after Rey needed a couple weeks off to rest up because he is a very tired man. But is he going to be fresh and ready to go, or is he going to be too rusty coming off a couple week hiatus? Rusty indeed, but an amazing way to end the show as the rivalry is complete. Braun Breaker is free of the Rey Mysterio rivalry and ready to go to WrestleMania. Who will his final foe be as we come down the home stretch?
And for our rundowns on the Go Home 2 Survivor Series for WCW, 5-star opener, Tommaso Ciampa gets the U.S. title back from Randy Orton. 3 levels on their rivalry. Xavier Woods, 4.5 stars over Mankind, closing their feud. And Woods will be in the Rumble. Mankind will not. Ambulance match, 4.5 stars. Shaquille O'Neal takes care of Axiom there. Triple threat action. Chris Sabin takes advantage of a confused Nathan Frazier to pin Kevin Nash. 3.5 stars on the match. Sabin and Frazier have their feud come to a close. And then in an Iron Man match, it ends in a draw. Tony D'Angelo injured, and we're gonna have to make a decision there. Because he's got 100 popularity, but he's out for 6 weeks. So even with some rehabs, it's going to be tricky. And I don't want to see my emails first, so I can think about it, which means I'm probably going to see my emails first. Jade and Bianca call out the Kabuki Warriors for level 4, and then Io Sky calls out Bianca for a level 2. On NXT 2.0, 3.5 stars. Warrior comes up short against Gunther. Their rivalry up to level 3. 3.5 stars for Uncle Howdy over Uso, despite the interference of Uso, and Howdy starts a feud with Uso. Then we got 3 stars Ilya Dragunov finishing off his feud with Ora Mensa. There in the middle. Then Thea Hale gets Nia Jax fired with a 1.5 star victory, rivalry level 2. And in the main event, 4 stars. Rivalry comes to a close. Braun Breaker taking down Rey Mysterio. Tag team call out. Batista calls out the Usos for a level 4. Over on Raw, last man standing, AJ Styles finishes off things with Drew McIntyre. That was crazy. I almost said that normally. 4-star match there. Tables action, 3.5 stars. Karrion Kross gets victory over R-Truth and Shawn Spears. Fallon Henley, with the help of Nick Aldis, able to take down Candice LeRae, 3.5 stars, rivalry level 3. Fatal 4-way action on the Extreme Rules side of things. Natalya takes down Bayley, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki in that contest. Main event, 5 stars. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens take down the Abyssal Brothers in the TLC match, keeping their tag team gold in the process. Call side of things, the double down for Demon and Roman gets them to level 2, and then Scott Hall calls out Farouk for level 4. Finally, ECW, the Iron Man match, Grayson Waller out soups Giovanni Vinci for a 3.5 star victory as their feud comes to a close. Indy Hartwell 1-star victory over Disco Bell. Eddie Guerrero successfully hanging on to the ECW world title against Josh Briggs and Angel in a 3-star match. 2 stars for Trick Williams taking down Orizar. And in the main event, 5 stars. Alpha winning the submission match over Berto, closing out their feud. Call out Argus is a failure. Eddie Thorpe pushes his feud with Angelo Dawkins to level 4. For ECW, they're going to get a 110 rating score, 42,000 fans, $11,000. And Scarlett, wasn't a fan of Indy Hartwell's dirty tricks there against Disco Bell. None of us were. For WCW, we're going to get a 139 rating score, 74,000 fans, $15,000 as Kevin Nash takes a stab and says, never knew the cure to insomnia was Alex Shelley on the mic. Damn. That's really mean. Over on Raw, a 127 rating score with that other fan bonus. They're coming in 82,000 fans, $58,000. McIntyre wasn't looking happy out there. Gotta wonder if something happened in the back. NXT 2.0 gonna get a 113. They're gonna get 39,000 fans, $151,000. And Trish, she's also got burns as well for Mike Skill. Could ask a dog to speak. Get more out of it than Soul Roof.
Damn it, that was actually pretty good.
For Canada, he is going to get a To the Moon card for his season challenge for the different match types within the same show. Cheek is going to get a To the Moon card for his commissioner goal. And I didn't want a To the Moon card anyway. I'm going to pretend it only hurts a lot.
Whoa!
Oh, 3rd place.
Canada has jumped Armando, baby. That network special.
By like 100 fans.
Yeah, the hair on his chinny
It's
chin.
literally,
chin.
yeah.
Oh, let Cody do the math.
No, you did it. You guys see the standings. I don't need to do math. They got it.
By like 91 fans.
That's crazy.
Cheek, how much are you up on Canada?
Oh, it's I'm up. What is that? 60, about 76,000. Is that right?
Canada, how much am I up on Cheek?
I think Cheek's up 70,000 on me. If I'm doing that.
Yeah, but how much am I up on?
Yeah.
Whoa, 100 and
Like 80,000.
18. No, whatever that is. 14,000. 114,000.
There we go.
There you go. See, we got this. Those are the standings.
Good lord.
As we head to Survivor Series, Canada gets
Yeah,
punished.
good luck, buddy.
Oh gosh. All right, we got Shashad.
You deserved it.
Okay, here we go. Karrion Kross wants to be in the PLE. Well, guess what? You're in the men's match then, buddy. Well, I guess we can put him in a promo too if things go south. Hey, thanks for showing up and making it look like a joke. You're a real pal. I'll remember this. I want to see if it at least worked for Fallon Henley. Yeah, they're both now neutral, so it's a good trade-off. We did that. This is a little scary coming up here. R-Truth been doing great, and he is level 21. I'm nervous. Let's talk. I'm gonna talk with Scott Hall.
Hey,
first.
yo.
We could extend him, I believe, for 4 weeks. Excuse me. But 122k, that leaves us with nothing. So I'm gonna authorize him for 4 weeks.
Ah.
Oh,
Heard of it?
Haven't heard of it, Chico.
Guys, we'll be talking again soon. And then R-Truth. We're gonna talk Biggs. And because he's so happy, I'm gonna lowball him.
Boom.
See, I basically agreed that I'm gonna pay him 87k Canadian because he's 1/4 Canadian, which is 60k
Yeah.
American. He wants to lean into being Canadian so much. So that's the exchange rate we're gonna have to deal with, and he's not looking for it, but he understands, and he'll take 60k. So that leaves us in a pretty decent spot.
in
And
Saskatoon.
Damn, we're back. Okay, R-Truth gonna be pumped up.
yeah, no, he's fired up. And the viewers should be fired up because Canada, you just made
Baby.
the leap out of last place. You put Armando's little bitch ass down there with an incredible go home show, a good power card usage, and Armando didn't want the smoke. How you feeling?
We're feeling great. We're feeling like we're in 3rd place, baby. And of course, you got quite a bit of a lead there. So I'm not saying Cheek's in danger, but if I want to at least finish in 2nd, that's an option to do. But right now, I'm just feeling like I'm in 3rd place. So I'm feeling great. I'm just chilling.
Cheek, on your side, where would you rate your chillin' level, and how do you feel going into Survivor Series? You had some big contracts at the end of last episode and in this episode, but you had a strong go home show there, not necessarily in the rating, but it wasn't awful, and then you were able to get quite a bit of money that positions you for the PLE.
Yeah, it's gonna be hairy. My seat's getting a little warm here in 2nd place. I know Canada's coming for me, but I had a very weak show there to end the episode, so I don't know. I got a lot running through my mind right now. I got to figure out how I want to end the season going into Mania. Got to figure out what I want that card to look like, and then how it's going to affect the way I do my trade session after this PLE, the way I do some signings and everything. I just don't have any money to do anything crazy, so that's just the next thing that factors in. So I don't know. I'm not in shambles. I'm just in a whirlwind of complexities. So I gotta try to figure out. The plane is shaky. It is a shaky flight. I just gotta figure out how to make it to Mania and land this bird and try to get to the next season unscathed. So I'm just I got a lot running through my mind, but I got to figure out what's next. Just take it one show at a time, and that's putting on the best PLE I possibly can.
And then on my side, the go home, easily, I could probably dig through and maybe find a worse one, but I think it was the worst show I've put on this year. Just kind of the way staminas were, where rivalries were at, what I was trying to do. We definitely sold that show. I felt like we could put on a strong go home show. We were able to do that. Had a high rating score. Got a lot of fans in there. Ended up a couple 5-star matches, a couple 4.5 stars. So felt great about that, and I feel good that whichever tag title match I put on this show, we can get 5 stars with that as well. The biggest thing for me this episode, I was super glad that my emails did not pop up there. Because I'm gonna have to go back in the footage and see what all rehabs I have. I know I have a couple injury rehab ones But ahead of next episode, the biggest thing I've got to figure out is what I do with Tony D'Angelo. So he is going to be asking for his contract to be extended. He is out for 6 weeks. So obviously, yes, I can use rehab cards, but if I don't have enough to get Tony back by Mania, I've got to let him go. But he's got 100 popularity right now. He's got the world title. So it might be worth it to keep him if I can get him healed up. And, then if, knock on wood, maybe it's time. WCW wins the Rumble, and then whoever wins it can just call out Tony a bunch, and then Tony comes back, and it's a beautiful story. Or I just end up not having rehabs, and he gets released when I book the pay-per-view. We're going to have to see, but it's going to be a great Survivor Series, a great Royal Rumble, which will follow Survivor Series. And again, for someone to compete in that Royal Rumble, I think you guys are good injury-wise, so I don't think we're in a situation. So basically, we'll be all good for the Rumble unless somebody gets hurt at Survivor Series, at which point they would be ineligible. But I think we're going to be fine. So it's going to be a good Survivor Series. It's going to be a good Rumble. And then it's that Road to WrestleMania as we close out Season 2. So if you're not dialed in all the way, take a look. If you haven't liked this video when I did the 1 or 2 segues about liking the video, like it now. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel now. We got good stuff coming. We've got new stuff coming. We've got everything. And we hit the ground running. I tried to do Smash Mouth, but I didn't. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Wow.
But that's all I need is for people to like it, because that's what we want on the video. So until the next one, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Toodles.